How's it going, folks? Welcome to another fun at-home table read tonight. We're jumping into one of my favorite movies of this year, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, the most Nicolas Cage movie to ever Nicolas Cage. I'm really excited to get into this one, so we're just going to jump right into intros and get this thing started.
I'm Angie, and I'm reading action description.
I'm Logan. I'm going to be Nick Cage.
I'm Curtis. I'm going to be Javi.
I'm Cate. I'm going to be Olivia.
I'm Carina. I'm going to be Addy.
I'm George. I'm going to be Nicky Cage, aka Young Nick Cage.
And I'm going to be Gabriela and the agent.
All right. Well, Angie, take us away.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, written by Tom Gormican and Kevin Eaton. Exterior Sunset Tower Hotel, morning. Nicolas Cage is drinking a cappuccino high in the balcony overlooking the city. The movie star Sparkle lurks in there somewhere, but he looks like he needs his coffee. He needs something. Brings the cup to his lips, tastes it, little milk mustache as he looks out at the city. Then, curiously...
It's a foregone conclusion, Jimmy.
He starts to smile, a big, charismatic grin. Interior of the Four Seasons restaurant, day. Nick's having lunch with Quentin Tarantino. He's barely touched his salad, excited.
That's exactly what I loved about it. It managed to be simultaneously cerebral and thought-provoking, but also, like, I want to know what happens. Have you ever seen Mankiewicz's House of Strangers?
Or store the print.
Of course you did. And that's what the script reminded me of, the power struggle, of the fight for relevance. It's King Lear.
They take a second. This is good.
And look, if you're worried about the accent, I can do the accent. I've been working on it all week. It's not a problem.
Not worry, Nick. I've always admired your acting.
Nick can't help himself. Doesn't want to say it, but...
Like in what?
What?
No, nothing. Sorry. Just like in what movies specifically?
Vampire's Kiss? Wild at Heart?
Quentin, I'm kidding.
He wasn't.
Oh, shit. That was good. Okay, you got me.
Anyway, this is the role of a lifetime. You know that. That's why you're making it, and I'd love to be a part of it.
Exterior Four Seasons Hotel, valet stand, day. At the valet stand, Quentin's car pulls up.
Well, we're still figuring things out on our end, but I'll be in touch in a couple days.
Well, if you have any other questions for me, or you want to talk, or if you want me to read.
Nick, come on. I would never ask you to read.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to read.
Quentin's car pulls up.
This me?
You want me to read?
I don't.
Yeah, of course not. Look forward to hearing from you. You know what I'm going to read?
As Quentin goes to get in the back, he freezes.
It's a foregone conclusion, Jimmy. It takes 13 milliseconds for the human brain to send a message to the body. And the time your bullet hits me, my cerebral cortex will transmit a signal to the 17 healthy fingers that operate my trigger finger.
Quentin is bewildered, looks around. People are gathering. Nick is gathering steam.
Nick, you don't have to.
And before your asshole had a chance to pucker up, your medulla oblongata will splatter on the fucking wall behind you. And if that's the last thing I accomplish in this beautiful green earth, well, what a way to fucking go!
A long beat.
I could do another scene if you want.
Interior Nick's car, day. Nick is driving along. No radio, just the sounds of Los Angeles. Distant music from car stereos, a weather report, old billboards in their sun-drenched sadness. In the reflection of his sunglasses, curiously, a man is sitting in the passenger seat, flowing, shoulder-length hair, leather jacket over a white t-shirt, brash and cocky as he lights up a cigarette. He's young Nick Cage, Con Air era Cage.
Damn, man.
Nick takes off his sunglasses, looks over at young Nick, who is smoking.
That was good, right? It felt good.
You just went for it.
I went for it.
Mankiewicz, incredible pull.
I know, it just popped in my head. It was like, thank you, head.
I'm happy for you, man, because honestly, you really need this.
A beat.
Sorry, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, boy, you get it. This could be a game changer.
I don't need a game changer.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay, yeah, I hear your tone, but look, I'm not going to be baited into this by you. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If not, I'll just keep working. It's what I do.
Oh, yeah, I've noticed.
Humphrey Bogart made like 100 movies.
Oh, great. Here we go with Bogart. I'm just saying you could be a little more strategic. Make movie star choice.
Young Nick exhales.
Can you open a window or something?
It's like Miles Davis said, man. Sometimes it's the notes you don't play.
Miles Davis was a heroin addict. You know what? I'm happy when I'm working. I'm an actor.
No! You're a fucking movie star. And you should never forget.
This lands with Nick. He looks away.
Look, I'm not interested in being a movie star, in being a celebrity. And you know what? I don't need this.
When he looks back, young Nick is gone. Interior therapist's office, day. Nick is on a couch in a therapist's modern office.
I need this. This could be a game changer. You know, it could be a game changer for me.
So you're not happy with how your career is going? You seem to be working all the time.
I mean, why is everyone... Bogart made like 100 films.
Okay, then what is this actually about? You're worried that you've lost some of your ability, your talent as an actor?
Or people have lost their ability to recognize it, which is arguably more terrifying.
Well, it certainly sounds like you had a lot of anxiety around this issue.
Being honest, the tools are sharper than ever. I feel like I'm doing great work.
Okay, so how do you think your relationship with your work affects your relationship with your daughter? Let's bring Addy into this, shall we? We reveal young Addy Cage, 15, in family therapy with her father. She's in jeans and a t-shirt, old Chuck Taylors, and an LA attitude. She's sitting there reading her phone at the other end of the couch.
Yeah, definitely. But can I just keep going on this for a minute?
Please, by all means.
I just feel like we're making real progress.
Addy, how has your dad's anxiety over his career affected you?
I mean, his work is pretty much the only thing he talks about.
So are we officially moving off of May off the Tarantino thing?
That, or he makes me watch his old movies and then discusses them, which is actually just him lecturing me for like 2 hours.
God forbid you see a great film.
I mean, the other day, my friend Lizzie was over and he forced us to watch Viva's Los Angeles.
Viva Las Vegas. You see what I'm dealing with?
And then he started pretending I was Anne Margaret. And he was dancing and moving his hips all weird, serenading me.
Nick is dumbfounded.
I was just being funny. You didn't think it was funny?
It was so embarrassing. You never think about other people's feel.
Nick, do you think about how other people feel?
Is that a real question, or you think he's going to say?
Addy, she's just trying to help.
Help who? Help you? Because it's not helping. She doesn't tell you the truth. You live in this weird bubble where no one tells you the truth, and you don't notice or care.
She stands up and grabs her bag.
Because all you think about is you.
Interior Nick's car, day. Nick is driving with Addy in shotgun. Her weekend duffel bag jostles around in the back seat.
Look, hon, I'm sorry, okay? I know I've been working a lot and we haven't gotten to spend a lot of time together and...
Addy's texting and not really looking at him.
It's fine. We don't need to talk about it.
But I heard what you said in there. And you're right, okay? I've been selfish. So this weekend's going to be all about you.
Addy looks up at him.
So here's what I'm thinking. Thinking Chinese to start. Genghis Khan. You love that place. Wait, are you still a vegetarian?
No, I'm not. But
Okay, good. So we start with pork dumplings, maybe lo mein. And then the Peking duck. You used to love that. Remember? You make the little tacos. Anyway, then we head over to the New Beverly. They're playing the Island of Dr. Caligari. Oh, I know you're like super visual, and this German expressionist stuff. I just think it's really going to shape your palate.
Katie's coming to get me from the hotel at 6.
A long beat.
Oh,
Sorry, it's just we had plans.
no, honey, it's okay. Don't be sorry.
They drive in silence for a second.
If girls need a ride,
She's gonna be in an Uber, so I'll just get in.
cool, yeah. Like, whatever's easiest. I have a bunch of stuff that I should get to anyway. So
Interior Sunset Tower Hotel, night. Nick is lying on the hotel bed eating Chinese takeout, alone. He takes out his phone, starts looking through his contacts. We do a series of quick cuts as Nick calls some old friends and tries to make plans.
hey, buddy, how are you? Been a while, yeah. But you're what are you up to tonight? We're in New York. Cool.
Cut to Nick's in the bathroom.
No, everything's fine. I was just seeing what you were up to tonight. Want to hit Dr. Caligari at the New Bev? Maybe grab a bite after? Oh, you had twins. When?
Nick is sitting on the balcony wall, Los Angeles behind him.
Hey, remember that bar we used to go to on Sunset? Yeah, let's go hit it. See what's happening. I don't know. Have some fun. So what the hell is a we work?
Nick is pacing.
Hey, it's Nick. Cage.
Nick stops, catches a glimpse of himself in the mirror.
Want to see a flick? Dr. Caligari's playing at the New Bev, 10 p.m. Oh, you're shooting. Oh, cool. Yeah. I'm shooting at 2. I forgot. So tonight's bad for me as well.
He takes a deep breath, stares at himself closely. Music swells as we slam cut to Nick laying in bed eating Chinese takeout. He's watching the Island of Dr. Caligari in his laptop, which is perched on his chest. He drops some chicken.
Shit.
He wipes it off his computer right onto the bedspread.
Shit.
He looks over at Addy's made-up bed in the corner of the room, checks his watch, sighs. Interior Nick's car, day. Nick's dropping Addy off at her mother's. Addy's getting out of the car.
Bye, Dad.
Okay, hon. Love you.
But she's already on the way up to the house as Olivia, his ex-wife, leans in the door.
How'd it go?
I don't know, Liv. When I originally suggested the therapy, it seemed like a good idea. But now it just seems like, I don't know, a license to kill.
Well, how was the weekend?
I mean, I tried to take her to eat Chinese and see Dr. Caligari at the New Beverly.
You tried to take her to a 60-year-old film?
I tried to take her to a classic.
But it's something you like, Nick. You can't keep trying to mold our daughter into someone you want to hang out with.
A beat.
But she's never read Jane Austen. And she's never even seen Casablanca. She thought Humphrey Bogart was a porn star.
That's the... What? Really?
Uh-huh.
That's disappointing.
A porn star.
Raises his eyebrows at her.
Bogart.
Look, she's at a really critical stage, and she needs to know that you're going to be there for her no matter what she's into. Because, honestly...
Nick subtly looks at his phone. It's his agent on screen. Spoke to Tarantino. Loved you. Got a good feeling.
If you don't fix this soon, it's going to stay broken for a very, very long time. And why the fuck are you smiling?
I'm not.
You are.
Nick tries not to smile. He's smiling.
Okay. I'm up for a role. Definitely can't say for who. It's Tarantino.
Just do me a favor, okay? Just make it to her birthday this year.
Definitely. Definitely.
It's Thursday.
I know.
Nick picks up his phone as he starts driving away.
Let's get a salad. I've got some questions.
Interior Sunset Tower day. Nick is having lunch with his agent, Patrick Fink, an old school agent in a suit.
And Quentin knows I've been working on the accent, right? Like, I mean, the character's from South Shore, so the accent really resonates in the throat, like much less nasal, much more glottal.
Sounds right.
Maybe we email him that.
Email, what?
I don't know. Fuck. I really want this.
Nick, just sit tight. Let it play out.
I know. It's just the role of a lifetime.
I hear you, and I don't want you to get ahead of myself here, but I got a good feeling about this one. In the meantime, I got another offer. Come down the pike this morning.
Yeah?
$1 million.
When it rains, it pours. Oscar bait?
You head down to Mexico.
Love it there. Killer roll?
Patrick leans in.
It's to attend a wealthy Mexican gentleman's 45th birthday party.
A long beat.
Patrick, what in the fuck are you talking about?
$1 million, Nick. 5 days. It's the easiest role ever. You go to this guy's birthday. You be Nick Cage. You just play yourself.
I would never do that.
It's an interim gig. Go tell some stories. Make them laugh. And
What? Like I'm some sort of fucking circus performer? Like a trained seal!
Nick, I got a call from your business manager, Kenny. You've been living in this hotel for over a year.
Year and a half. Like a king. Huh?
Nick smiles. Patrick doesn't.
Patrick, relax. It's good for them to have a celebrity living there. They don't even charge me.
You owe them $600,000. They sent the bills to Kenny.
Well, that's disappointing.
And then he told me, you've also got some substantial tax debts. And with the divorce and some of your spending habits.
Look, stop. Just stop. You know what? I'm going to deal with all of that, Patrick. I will. When I get this role, everything changes, okay? Then I'm back. Not that I went anywhere.
Nick stands up, chucks his napkin on the table.
Gonna head to Santa Barbara for a few days. Put this accent on its feet.
Off Nick's look, we cut to exterior PCH morning. Nick rides his motorcycle up the PCH. Listens to Boston accent tape inside his helmet as he passes a sign for Santa Barbara.
Foregone.
Foregone.
Conclusion.
Conclusion.
Foregone conclusion.
Foregone conclusion.
Interior public bathroom day. Nick enters and locks the door. He takes a few items out of the bag, a pair of thick-rimmed glasses, a dad hat, and a pea coat. He looks at himself in the mirror. He doesn't look like Nick. Exterior ocean boat day. Nick slowly walks to the railing as the boat cruises out of the harbor. A woman and her young child are there. Nick talks in a thick Boston accent.
How are yous?
She smiles.
Say we might see some whales, but it's not a foregone conclusion. I'm not from around here, but where I'm from, they got whale watching too. In my hometown.
He smiles back at the woman.
Any idea where that is?
No, sorry.
Shot in the dark? Any idea? Please just say a city.
Boston?
Nick smiles.
Close. Framingham.
His phone rings.
Hello?
You're late
To what?
to our daughter's birthday party and
Exterior PCH day. Nick is speeding, twisting on the throttle in the Ducati as he weaves through traffic. He's clearly late. Interior Olivia's house, night. Nick pulls up on the bike. Olivia clocks his arrival from a front window of the house. As he approaches the house, he gets a call. It's Patrick.
Patrick, tell me there's news.
Olivia comes out of the house.
Nick, are you kidding me?
1 second, please. You talk to Tarantino?
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Yeah. Spoke to Tarantino, and he loves you. He does, but ultimately he went in a different direction for the role.
On Nick, devastated, closes his eyes, slowly exhales as he hangs up. Olivia is right in front of him.
You're 2 hours late. I mean, it's the one thing. You know what? Just go.
She goes to walk back inside.
Got in an accident on the bike. I'm a little shaken up, okay?
Olivia turns.
You got into an accident? Are you okay? What happened?
Yeah, this idiot blindsided me. I was turning left and
She rushes over.
Are you hurt? Do you need to go to a hospital?
A beat.
oh, look, I wasn't in an accident. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry.
Olivia just stares at him in disbelief. Interior Olivia's kitchen. No one's in here. Nick opens a cupboard and grabs a bottle of vodka and pours himself a drink.
Hey, to you.
You.
Nick slams the drink, pours another. Interior Olivia's house living room. Large room filled with people. A baby grand piano is in the corner. Olivia walks in with a cake. Everyone is singing.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, dear Addy.
In the background, we see Nick walk in. He's got a good buzz going. A man on the outside looking in.
Happy birthday to you.
Hi, everybody! Come on, gather around the piano. Here we go.
Olivia swoops in.
Nick, what are you doing?
Giving my daughter her birthday present.
Mom, please.
Nick,
5 minutes, just 5 minutes.
Moments later, Nick is at the piano, cocktail perched on the lid. He's in performance mode, playing the piano softly, setting a mood.
And when she was 9 years old, my daughter and I took our first trip together. Drove overnight straight across the desert to the Grand Canyon. When the sun came up, we pulled over to the side of the road. She leaned her head on my shoulder. We just watched.
Olivia allows herself a smile.
It was one of the happiest moments of my life. There was a song playing faintly in the background from the radio. It always makes me think of you, most incredible human being I've ever met. So happy birthday, baby. Here it goes.
Nick begins playing more loudly, clears his throat. It's November Rain by Guns N' Roses.
And when I look into your eyes, I can see a love restrained. But darling, when I hold you, don't know I feel the same.
Nick stops down. He's starting to get emotional.
I'm just so excited to see what you're going to do with your life. Be a scientist, the governor, a rich divorce attorney. Like I just wouldn't recommend a life in the arts, especially given all the talent you have and how often real talent is unappreciated and overlooked in this shithole town.
hey, thank you, Nick.
Nick starts back up, sings louder.
If we could take the time to lay it on the line, I would rest my head just knowing you were mine, all mine.
He screws up on the piano.
Oh, God damn it. I'm sorry. 1 second. If I could take the time to lay on the line, I would rest my head.
Screws up again.
Look, I'm sorry. No to move. I'm just not having the best day. I'm so sorry.
Dad, it's fine. Really, stop.
Hey, Nick, thank you.
So if you want to love me, then darling, don't refrain, or I'll end up just walking in that cold November.
He hits the wrong chord. Exterior Olivia's house night. Nick sits next to Addy. He's drinking a coffee.
I'm so sorry, Ads.
It's fine.
Oh, I almost forgot. I got you this.
He takes a necklace out of his pocket.
I remember you said you liked it in a magazine. I don't know if you don't like it.
No, I like it. Thank you.
Long silence.
Hey, Dad,
Yeah.
are you okay?
Nick takes a long sip.
Of course I'm okay. You don't have to worry about me, Ads. Ever.
Olivia appears at the door.
Nick, I'll give you a ride home.
Interior Olivia's car night. They cruise down Sunset Boulevard. The bright lights flicker off Nick's place. Nick, trying to sober up, sips coffee.
It's just hard, Liv.
Olivia nods.
When she was little, she loved everything I did. And now I don't know.
Yeah, you guys will have to find a rhythm. You'll just have to work at it.
She pulls up in front of Sunset Tower.
You remember when we used to just lie on the living room floor in the New York place and just talk for hours? So easy.
Olivia takes a second.
Look, I'm going to say something I'm not sure that I should.
Say it.
I need you.
Yeah?
I need you to get your shit together. Because Addy needs her dad. She doesn't need this guy.
Nick is crestfallen. Off his look, we cut to exterior Sunset Boulevard night. Nick watches Olivia drive away. He takes a deep breath.
Oh, damn.
Nick turns to see young Nick standing next to him.
Well, that was hard to watch because a little part of you thought you were about to get laid. Am I right?
Okay, you know what? I'm not in the mood for this right now. So
Nick starts to walk away. Young Nick follows. Interior Sunset Tower, elevator, continuous. Nick walks in, followed by young Nick.
Oh, what? You're upset because she said you're a shitty dad?
she didn't say that.
Oh, come on. You bought them a beautiful home in Britain, private schools, tennis lessons. You sent the fucking dog to the Mayo.
Maybe I could have been more present or whatever.
Bullshit.
The elevator door opens. Interior Sunset Tower hallway. Nick comes around the corner, followed by young Nick.
Maybe I was being selfish, traveling so much. Maybe I should have worked less.
Hide not your talents. They for use were made. What's a sundial machine? Benjamin Franklin.
I don't even know what that means.
It means you can't deny the world your talent. That would be selfish. Addy wouldn't want that.
Nick nods, considering.
I don't know. But you think so?
As he tries his key in the door, it blinks red.
God damn it.
Swipes, it blinks red again.
Oh, no, don't do this to me. Fuck! Fuck!
A guest pops his head out. Young Nick is gone. Everything okay?
It wasn't me. I don't know.
Nick sighs and slumps down on the floor. He takes out his phone and dials.
Patrick, the Mexico thing. I'll take it.
Interior private plane day. Nick, hungover, is watching a small TV on the jet.
As Mexican presidential candidate and media titan Marcos Lopez's daughter was kidnapped late this morning.
A flight attendant smiles as she hands Nick another gin and tonic. He hands her an empty.
Thank you. Hey, do you know the gentleman who owns the plane?
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we're not at liberty to discuss our clients.
Of course. I'm just headed to his birthday party. Curious what he's like.
You're going to his birthday party, but you don't know him?
Well, he's paying me. Yeah, the whole thing is pretty sad. For him.
Plane suddenly takes a hard right turn. She almost falls.
Right. You okay?
She nods as Nick helps her up.
We're encountering a little electrical problem. We're gonna stay low and look for a place to put her down nearby. Might be a little bumpy till we get on the ground. Sit tight.
The plane bounces a little into turbulence. The flight attendant straps in.
Are you okay?
Nick puts on his sunglasses.
Is anyone?
Exterior, small, rundown airfield day. Nick is standing outside the plane on a dusty small runway, talking on his phone. A black SUV pulls up and a casually dressed Mexican man steps out, approaches Nick.
Yeah, the plane had a little trouble, but I'm meeting the driver now. Sorry.
Nick hands the man his duffel.
Sorry, it's my agent. I gotta take this.
The man nods as he throws the bags into the back of the black SUV, then holds the door open for Nick. Interior van, exterior Mexican jungle. Nick sits in the back, still talking on the phone.
Yeah, what did we know about this guy anyway? Is he some kind of sad, weird loser?
Alan did some research. Alan, what's this guy do?
The van moves through the gates of the compound. 2 armed guards are outside with semi-automatic rifles.
Yeah, he owns orange groves or something. You're fine. Look, it's not like he's gonna want you to suck his dick or anything, like fuck his wife or something, right?
People ask for that more than you think. For me to do that kind of stuff or whatever.
Inside the sprawling walled compound, we see a number of Spanish-style houses. The van stops in a carport area. Interior, exterior Mexican compound, carport. The driver gets the duffel out of the back and brings it around to Nick.
Senor Nick, you're back, sir.
Nick cradles the phone on his shoulder as he gets his wallet out to tip the man, looks at it, then puts it away.
Thanks. Thank you. Hey, can I ask you a question? The guy who owns the house.
Javi.
Yeah, Javi. Is Javi gonna want me to
I'm not sure what I understand what.
Hey, can I call you back? Yeah. Look, if this Javi guy is gonna want me to suck his dick or fuck his wife or watch me watch him fuck his wife, it's a no-go. All right, it's no bueno. You understand?
That's not why.
It sounds crazy, yeah, right? But people ask for that way more than you think, for me to do that kind of stuff. And this Javi guy.
I am Javi.
A longer beat. Extends his hand.
Nick Cage.
Javi smiles.
I would have introduced myself earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, of course. For the record, not that many people want me to, suck their.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
An awkward beat.
Look, I know this is all pretty strange for me too, but I just want you to enjoy yourself. Have fun. There's a swimming pool. Stables, if you like to ride. My house, as they say, is your house.
Terrific.
Carlos will show you to your room. Welcome to Mexico, Mexican Cage.
Javi smiles and walks off as Carlos Diaz, an hourly security guard in khakis and a linen shirt, a gun on his belt, grabs Nick's bag. Exterior Nick's room. Carlos drops Nick's bag in front of his door.
Thank you.
No problem, sir. But I will need you to sign this. It's an NDA.
Carlos produces a piece of paper.
Oh yeah, I don't sign things. You send it to my lawyer.
Well, I need you to sign it because you're not permitted to talk about anything that happens here.
Well, trust me, that's not going to be a problem.
Sir, please, just sign the contract.
I'm not doing it.
It's my job, man.
Look, I've honestly signed some pretty terrible contracts in Mexico over the years, and
Jesus, you don't have to be a whatever. Fucking Hollywood asshole. I don't like you. I don't like your face. I don't like your fucking movies.
Nick just stares at him a beat, then,
well, you're not alone on that one.
and Nick shuts the door. Interior Nick's room. Nick puts his bag down. Looks like a very nice Spanish-style hotel room. A welcome package sits on a small desk, a bottle of wine, various snacks, like a wedding. Nick picks up a greeting card attached to the wine. He reads aloud.
Hello, Nick Cage.
Nick turns it over. That's it. He goes over and collapses on the bed. He pulls the covers over him, and he turns on his side and finds himself looking up at a big Hollywood movie poster with Nick's face dead center.
Well, how was he?
Nick stares at the poster, a pained expression on his face.
He was incredible.
Interior Javi's mansion bedroom, a room resembling a library, a bunch of monitors on a desk. Javi's talking to Gabriela Rodriguez, a dark-haired, very focused head of his various companies. She sits at the desk as Javi perches on the side, talking excitedly.
Incredible, but also like super cool. A little taller in person than I had imagined because they say actors are pretty short.
But he wasn't short?
No, he was like just right.
So what did you guys talk about?
All kinds of stuff. I mean, not that much. He was on the phone the entire time, so we didn't like talk, but we definitely communicated. Not with words or looks, but there was a vibe.
I've never seen you this excited. You're honestly glowing.
I'm not that excited.
You look like you're pregnant. I need you to sign off on these before I forget. Oh, and we're selling some farm equipment and moving some money out of corn futures because of the drought.
Gabby, stop. You know that I don't understand any of this.
I know you don't.
Then why do you insist on asking me? You're in charge.
I guess I just like hearing you say you don't understand.
I'm sure you do.
She gets up to leave.
Oh, so did you get a chance to tell Mr. Cage, you're a writer, that you have some ideas?
Look, Gabby, come on. Look who we're talking about here. It's not realistic.
She looks at him skeptically.
What? That's not why I asked him to come here.
Oh, come on. Your whole life you wanted to make movies. I know how much this means to you.
They share a long moment.
There's nothing sadder than a crazy old man babbling incoherently about the time he almost asked Nick Cage to read a script.
Javi laughs and she grabs her papers back and walks out. Exterior Javi's compound, pool, the next day. Nick, in sunglasses, is lounging hard on a wooden pool chair, still in the bathrobe and a bathing suit. Javi, Gabriela, and Lucas enter. Javi nervously walks up and lays down on the chaise next to Nick. They look out over the large, untamed jungle.
Hi.
Hey.
Beat.
Cool, so.
A longer beat. Javi thinks he hears something.
What?
What?
No, I thought you said something. Never mind. I want to introduce you to my business partner, Gabriela, and my cousin, Lucas.
Gabriela and Lucas approach.
Mr. Cage, we're so excited to have you here.
Damn, $1 million just to show up and drink by the pool? I want your job.
Mm.
Nick smiles wryly.
So, what you working on next?
Oh, it's honestly like the worst thing you could ask an actor.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very sorry.
But it's fine since I'm no longer an actor.
What?
Well, I've done everything I set out to do acting wise, just time for new challenges. Time for something that scares me.
So what are you going to do?
I think I want to build furniture. Work with my hands, chairs, bookcases, maybe a table. No, wait, not chairs. I don't love chairs.
My uncle makes furniture in Mexico City. Beautiful stuff, gorgeous wood and natural rivets.
What a life.
He apprenticed with my grandfather for 25 years before feeling comfortable enough to go out on his own. Not that.
Yeah, no, some things take longer for certain people.
I'm uncomfortable shifting.
Not that he's not truly skilled.
He's truly skilled.
Well, maybe I could visit his shop or.
The prolonged exposure to the furniture stain left him permanently brain damaged, unfortunately.
A long beat.
So tell us about making the rock.
You and Sean Connery were so good together.
Sean's the best. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It was a very long time ago, but you wish you were still making movies like that. What the fuck is this guy's problem? Nick stands up, still holding his drink.
Okay, well, nice to meet you.
Nick heads off, carrying a bottle of tequila.
Mr. Cage, wait, I'm sorry. He didn't mean it like that.
But Nick walks off.
Mr. Cage?
Exterior Javi's compound. Long lawn, night. Nick is passed out on the lawn, an empty tequila bottle next to him. The sprinklers start to come on. Off Nick's face, starting to get wet. Javi walking towards him. Javi picks Nick up, holding him draped across his arms, and begins to carry Nick towards the house. Interior Javi's compound, Nick's room, night. Javi lays Nick down on his bed, starts to take his shoes off. Nick stirs. His eyes flutter open.
You ever feel like you have the best day of your life? It's already happened. Like the best day you're ever gonna have.
I think you have a lot of great days ahead of you, Nick.
What? No, I know. I was talking about you.
Oh, well, I don't know. I guess.
He realizes Nick's eyes are closed.
Nick?
Nothing, as we cut to interior Javi's mansion screening room. Javi is watching the Nick Cage film Captain Corelli's Mandolin in his private theater. He's silently mouthing along the words. Gabriela comes in and sits next to him.
You okay?
I'm fine, but Nick's in a pretty dark place emotionally. I mean, he can't quit acting. Look at this.
Javi gestures to a scene where Captain Corelli tenderly strums the mandolin.
Maybe he just needs to reset and remember what he loves about.
Javi considers.
You could take him to the ruins. That always seems to work for you.
Yeah, maybe he liked that. I'll go first thing.
Interior Nick's room, the next day. We're on Nick as he sleeps hard. We hear a knock at his door. Nick keeps sleeping. We hear several more knocks. Nick doesn't flinch. We hear the door unlock and open. Footsteps. We stay with Nick until he slowly comes to rubbing his head and neck. He suddenly realizes someone's there.
Oh, hello?
It's Gabriela, and she doesn't look happy.
Sorry to wake you, but it's nearly 4 p.m. and...
I'm sorry. Do you need something?
Yes, Mr. Cage. Mr. Gutierrez has been waiting all day for you to wake up so we can take you on a trip to the Mayan ruins.
Yeah. Can you let Javi know that I'm not gonna make that?
He goes back underneath the covers.
Thank you.
She rips them off.
Ah!
Mr. Cage, I believe you've been more than fairly compensated for your time here. So if Mr. Gutierrez wants to drive out to the temples, you're going to get out of bed and join him. And you're going to enjoy it. Do I make myself clear?
Off Gabriela. Interior Javi's Jeep, dusk. Nick rides in the open top Jeep next to Javi. He looks fucking miserable.
Gabriela said you were very excited to see the temple.
Nick forces a wry smile.
Big time.
A long moment.
I don't think you should quit acting.
Yeah, well, I appreciate your concern. How far are these temples? It's starting to rain.
If you quit now, you'll regret it forever. Because you have a gift, Nick. A gift from God or the universe or whatever.
Is there a top for this Jeep? I mean, it is really coming down.
For Christ's sake, Nick Cage. You love acting. You love playing make-believe. And as your friend, I will stand by while you...
Dude, stop. Look, you're paying me to be here, okay? You don't know me. We're not friends. You definitely don't know what the fuck will make me happy.
Nick is breathing hard, staring at Javi as it lands.
But I do. Furniture.
Javi, exasperated, slams his foot on the brake. The Jeep skids to a stop in the now pouring rain. Javi jumps out, grabs his backpack, and takes off running.
Jesus, what are you doing?
We're on the run, Nick.
From what?
Javi takes off running. Nick looks around. No one there.
Where are you going, Javi? Javi!
By now it's dark and actually scary. Nick, not wanting to be left alone, jumps out of the car. In the distance, he sees Javi's flashlight. Nick starts running after him.
Look, will you just stop for a second and...
Lightning crackles through the air. Deep thunder follows.
Holy shit!
Faster!
Nick has no choice. He keeps running and running, chasing after Javi. Finally, he moves through some thick bushes and finds Javi at the edge of a cliff. Exterior Mexican jungle, cliff, night. Nick, breathing heavily, lays into Javi.
Okay, man. You need to tell me right now what the hell is going on, or I'm getting my shit and going back to LA. I don't care about your birthday or...
Lightning strikes again, startles them. Javi is clearly acting. He's trying to get Nick to play along.
They're coming. And when they do, that'll be it for us. Adios, finito, bye-bye.
What? Why are you talking like that?
The general is coming. He forbade his daughter Matilda. I called her Maddie. He forbade us to see each other, but we defiled him. And now he wants to end my life.
Nick looks around. There's obviously no one there.
Oh, okay. Great. Look, I get what you're doing. Little Stanislavski acting thing. Well, you can stop now.
These people, they're not like you and I. They smell blood. They come running. We have to jump.
The rain barrels down on Javi. He's backlit at the edge of the cliff. He looks completely unhinged as he starts stripping down.
Come on, man. Look, just stop. I want to go back to the house. And
They will fucking kill you. And I can't let that happen. Come on. The opposite edge of the jungle. I can hear them.
Nick looks back at the jungle, takes a deep breath, closes his eyes, and when he turns back to Javi, Nick has transformed. He is movie star Nick Cage.
just tell me one thing. Do you love her?
I've always loved her.
Nick starts stripping down.
Well, that means we're getting you out of here alive. We have to jump.
You serious?
We're at the edge of the jungle.
Let's do this.
They run and leap through the air. Just as lightning hits the edge of the cliff, they hit the water. When Nick surfaces, looks up at the charred rock.
Holy shit! We almost died right there, Javi! We almost just died right up there!
But look at the bright side, Mr. Cage. We got away.
A moment, then Nick just starts laughing. Exterior jungle, cliffside. The rain is past. Nick and Javi lie under the stars, smoking a joint.
You're crazy, man. I like that about you.
Javi smiles as he takes a hit of the joint, passes it to Nick.
You know, my daughter would love it out here. Would be good for us. Fuck, this is good weed.
Eyes close.
Oh, she's 16. It's impossible to be close with a 16-year-old girl. But if I'm honest, it's not all her fault, you know?
Right.
I just never thought I'd be a dad, you know? It wasn't part of the plan. I met Olivia, my ex, and a set of Wind Talkers.
Beautiful film.
Be underrated, for sure. She was the makeup artist. She was fun, smart, beautiful. I mean, we were super similar.
Sounds like it.
11 months later, Addy was born. I wouldn't change that for the world. It's just... What about you? You ever married?
No, there was this one girl, but it's not in the cards for us. So what's your favorite movie?
Oh, that's a ridiculous question.
Interior Javi's Jeep, night. Nick and Javi ride in the Jeep.
100 plus years of rich cinema history. You can't limit it to one.
Nick takes another hit.
Top 3.
Fuck off. Top 5.
Do you like horror?
Are you kidding me?
Wait, I have to show you something back at the house.
Nick exhales as we cut to interior Javi's compound, the great room. They wander through a large movie memorabilia collection. Large glass cases with stars, outfits, props, and other awesome memorabilia line the hallway. Nick is in heaven.
Holy shit. The original poster from Tenebrae? Argento's camera's work is astounding. I know those Bogart shoes from Casablanca.
Javi nods.
Well, wait till you see my piece de resistance.
Something from Chaplin, maybe. No, you seem more like a Keaton guy.
They stop at a glass case.
What the fuck?
And we see a wax Nick Cage holding the beautiful golden guns from Face Off in a shooter's pose. The entire thing is treated with reverence inside a museum-quality glass case. A case of gold bullets is artfully displayed below.
Too much? I'm sorry if...
No, it's grotesque. I love it. Well, you know, those are real guns, right? They're custom Springfield Armory and
1911 A1s, made specifically for the film.
Nick smiles, likes this.
we had extensive weapons training on that one. Shooting, fighting. You know, I can disarm a man trying to rob me in milliseconds.
That's so cool. It's one of my favorite films of all time.
Top 5?
Top 3.
Well, that's just stupid. So what are the other 2?
Interior Javi's mansion, various locations. A couple bottles of wine on the floor. Nick and Javi are eating chips and guac. The fire roars in the background. Javi looks pained.
The cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Nick stops, almost smiles. Finally.
Wow. 2 for 2.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see if you can run the table here. Last one is
Javi's thinking hard.
Paddington 2.
what? Paddington 2 is your top 3 of all time.
I cried through the entire thing. It made me want to be a better man.
Bullshit.
Later, they're watching Paddington 2. Nick has tears in his eyes.
This is incredible.
Javi is crying too.
I fucking told you.
Pass me the wine.
Later, Nick is showing Javi how to disarm a man.
Oh, don't be scared. Like hold the gun up to my head.
I'm pretty drunk.
Doesn't matter. Because in a high pressure situation, you can just do this.
Nick very quickly fucks up the disarm. The gun falls to the ground. Tries it one more time. Fucks it up.
You're holding the gun wrong or something. Whatever.
Later, they continue to drink.
So, you haven't written anything?
Like a screenplay? No. Actually, yes, but more with my acting than with words. Most times you can say way more with a look than just like stupid dialogue written by some depressed fucking slob in Los Angeles.
That look you did in Wild at Heart at the end of the...
Well, the opening scene, after he killed that guy. Yeah.
And Taylor Ripley looks up at the girl, points, crazy look on his face. And that honestly said more than any line of dialogue ever could.
I fucking love that you get that.
Javi is beaming.
Hey, what do you think I should do next? Like as a fan, what would you want to see?
Honestly, you should do some more character work. Turn in a couple of great performances in an ensemble, you know?
Yeah.
Remind people how great you are, but like in a subtle way. Hey, didn't want to tell you this before, but I've actually written a few screenplays myself, and one in particular.
I'd love to read it.
Are you serious?
I'll read it right now. Do you have a hard copy?
I don't.
Email it.
There are a few tweaks I need to make. I want you to have the best draft.
No, I'm used to reading works in progress.
Dude, stop pressuring me.
Nick realizes something.
Oh, okay. How long you been working on this thing?
4, 5 years, maybe 6 altogether. The third act isn't finished.
It's not finished because you know that as soon as it is, you'll have to put it out there. And that terrifies you because you'll face rejection, and that hurts. Hurts deep down in here.
He points to Javi's chest.
Question is, do you have the courage to keep going, to keep writing, to walk through the fire? Because that's what being a writer is. You're not a writer yet, are you? You're just a liar.
Javi looks crushed. He gets up off the floor.
Whatever, though. Being a writer fucking sucks anyway. Hey, should we go into town and get a mezcal?
I think I'm going to call it a night.
Yeah. Okay. Me too.
Exterior Mexican road night. Nick walks down the side of the road when he hears something.
Wow, you really gave it to that guy.
I think it was too harsh. I was just trying to be honest with him.
It was brutal. I mean, just tell him what he wants to hear. The guy's got nothing else going.
I think he's all right. He's got a good taste in movies and some good ideas about my career.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it might be a good idea to do a couple of cool, smaller roles, do some challenging character work.
Interesting. So, like the gay uncle in the next Duplass Brothers movie kind of thing.
Exactly.
Slap! Young Nick open hand slaps Nick across the face. Nick screams.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Jesus Christ, I'm bleeding.
We haven't worked for 30 years, so you could be seventh on the call sheet for some goddamn student film.
I think it's a good idea.
Slap! He hits him again.
Listen to me. You are Nicholas fucking Cage. You are a once in a generation talent.
Young Nick takes Nick's face in his hands.
Addy doesn't need a goddamn struggling artist for a father. She needs to be a star. He'll get the next role, I promise. And then we'll start climbing our way back up. Not that we
went anywhere.
You trust me, right?
Yeah.
I love you, baby.
Young Nick takes his face, kisses him on the cheek as a lone car approaches, headed into town. Nick waves it down. It's a pickup truck.
Amigo. Vas a la cuidad?
The driver turns around, waves him in the back. Another man sits in the back with a blanket around his shoulders. Interior Mexican pickup truck. Nick settles back into his seat. He looks over at a wary, overweight man who looks like he's just had about just enough. This is Irving Donetsk.
How are you liking Mexico?
Honestly, I'm having a great time.
Where are you staying?
Oh, with a friend. Beautiful spread. Nice little working vacation. You're American?
Now, what does this friend do for a living?
Something with fruit. I don't know. I'm sorry. Who are you?
The pickup truck takes a hard right turn and speeds up. Nick is on alert.
Hey, hold on. What the fuck is happening here? Can you slow down a little bit?
But the driver doesn't slow down. Nick looks at the man.
Nick, I need you to listen to me very carefully. My name is Irving Duquesne, and for the last 7 years, I've been living in a slum outside of Tijuana, mining my contacts, looking for a way to take down an organization that makes an estimated $32 billion a year, and is responsible for more than 80% of the cocaine that enters the United States. One organization linked to more than 16,000 murders in the last 10 years alone.
Nick goes to talk. Irving holds up his hand.
And I'm getting nowhere. Until one day, out of the blue, I see a wire from a Cayman bank account linked to El Dios Rojo, a known psychopath, a mass murderer, and one of the most dangerous men in the entire world. A man believed to pull the strings for the exact organization I've been trying to destroy. A man who sits at the top of the Juarez cartel. A wire from that man went into the bank account of none other than actor Nicolas fucking Cage. A wire from a man you've come to know only as Mr. Javier Gutierrez.
A long beat.
Javi.
Yes.
Wait, like Javi. I also don't think we're talking about the same Javi.
Irving grabs an iPad from a knapsack and gives it to Nick.
Here he is with the head of the Colombian cartel. Next one with the head of security for the Juarez. With a reported liaison from Chicago, the main distribution hub in the US. Nick, why do you think your plane diverted mid-flight to a shitty off-the-grid airfield?
Well, they had electrical problems.
Or was it because our guys were tracking that plane in conjunction with the Mexican government?
Nick, resigned, hands the iPad back. He's seen enough.
What do you want from me?
The Mexican presidential election is in 2 weeks. President Chavez, who is cartel friendly, is running against media baron Marcos Lopez.
The U.S., the United States supports Lopez.
Exactly. Now Lopez's daughter was kidnapped in the middle of the night last week from a Vanderbilt University dorm. It's a blatant effort to force Lopez out of the race. And we believe one man is responsible, Mr. Javier Gutierrez.
And you guys, the CIA, think I'm the only chance you have of getting your daughter back.
Well, no, of course not. We're working this from a million different angles, but you are uniquely positioned to gather intel from the inside. Intel that is, at this very moment, extremely valuable to the U.S. government.
You want me to spy on Javi? I wouldn't know the first thing about how to do this.
We'd be there every step of the way to support you. Your safety is of great concern to us.
I'm sorry, Irving, but I can't do it. I have a family.
Irving takes the iPad and pulls up a video. There's a girl in a small, dirty room sobbing.
They sent this to us yesterday as proof she's alive.
This hits Nick hard.
You've got a daughter about that age, right?
Yeah, but I don't know this.
How do you think it's gonna feel, huh? Knowing you could have helped, but selfishly chose not to. You want to carry that around the rest of your life, that kind of guilt? Because I promise you, every time you see your daughter, you'll think about this little girl buried in a ditch somewhere, and it will fucking haunt you to the day you die.
A long beat.
Jesus Christ, Irv.
Irving just stares at him. Nick takes a deep breath.
Okay, fine. Just tell me the plan.
Irving knocks on the cab window twice. The pickup truck slows down and begins to make a U-turn. Exterior Javi's compound night. Party in full swing. People begin to sit down at an elaborate dinner table. Waiters in tuxedos buzz around.
During his birthday party, your best window to get away will be at dinner. The moment it's served.
Exterior Javi's mansion. As plates are put onto the tables, Nick stands up, mouths, "Excuse me."
You excuse yourself. Say you're headed to the bathroom.
Exterior Javi's compound wall, night. Nick watches the people at the party in the distance, then makes his way up the back of Javi's mansion.
Once you're in, we believe there's a secure computer system in his personal office.
Nick pulls out a gadget and attaches it to his phone. A high-tech gadget analyzes the lock on the back door, then picks it. Nick slips inside. Exterior Javi's mansion. At the dinner table, Javi calls Carlos over.
Carlos, my eyes are going. I can't read my speech off my phone. Print a copy off the computer in my bedroom. Thank you.
Carlos nods, heads off. Interior Javi's mansion, night. Nick creeps into the master bedroom. Through an open door, he sees a book-lined office with a computer.
A computer technician we were monitoring installed a computer in an office just off the master bedroom.
Interior Javi's office, same. Nick crouches in front of the computer on the desk.
We'll need you to insert a drive into the machine and run an operation to download its entire contents.
Nick struggles to find the drive on the computer. Finally gets it in. Hitting keys, not working. Tries again.
Come on. One more time.
Outside the house, Carlos walks over to the front door. Interior Javi's office, Nick holds his breath, starting to sweat. On screen, the contents of Javi's computer start downloading. A progress report shows up. 1%, 5%. Nick exhales. Outside the house, Carlos opens the front door as the door slams. In Javi's office, Nick's ears prick up.
Fuck.
Nick hears footsteps on the tile. He immediately runs for the bedroom door, the only entrance to the office. He very quietly shuts the bedroom door and turns the lock. Seconds later, the doorknob jingles.
Hello, someone in there.
In Javi's office, Nick looks at the computer. 60%, 65%.
Hurry up.
Nick opens the window, looking for an alternate way out. It's a long way down. 85%, 90%. The doorknob jiggles again.
Come on.
On Carlos as he kicks open the bedroom door. On Nick in the office, now frantic, on screen, 100%. Nick silently removes the drive, puts it in his jacket. On Carlos as he walks to the bedroom, he enters the office, weapon drawn. But no one is in there. He walks over to the open window. Outside the window, Nick drops down from a hanging, vine-covered trellis, pins himself up against the wall. Carlos at the window above him.
Hello?
Nick holds his breath. Finally, the window shuts. Nick lets out a sigh of relief as we cut to exterior Javi's mansion, party later. Javi, mid-speech.
So once again, I thank all of you for being here. Before I let you eat that delicious flan,
People laugh.
I'd like to thank someone very special to me. my guest of honor, Mr. Nicolas Cage. Say hello, Nick.
Nick, guilty look on his face.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Why is he here? Well, he doesn't know this yet, but a few years ago, my relationship with my father had deteriorated to the point we were no longer speaking. He could be extremely difficult, and to be fair, maybe I'm not much better.
People laugh.
But when he got sick, I realized I couldn't lose him before we repaired our broken relationship. I know we needed to find some common ground, but I didn't know how. And as my father got sicker and sicker, I got more and more depressed. And one day, he lay dying in the bed next to me. It just happened. It was a miracle. I looked at it and I saw,
Everyone leans forward.
high up on a tiny hospital TV, Showtime was playing Guardian Tests.
People are slightly confused. Nick is not.
We disagreed about literally everything when he was alive, except for that movie. We both loved it. We quoted back and forth all day long after that. Only later after he passed did I realize that my father was Tess, and I was Doug Chesnick, the Secret Service agent taking care of him. That's the power of the characters who play Nick Cage. And for a long time, in front of the people I love most, on behalf of my father, I want to thank you.
Nick is moved, almost to tears.
You don't know how much that means to hear you say that.
But you never knew Doug Chesnick could mean so much to someone.
Nick wipes his eyes.
Well, no, I did. I mean, I knew Doug was a great character. I knew that.
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, I like that you recognize what I brought to the role.
Uh-huh.
Because it wasn't all on the page, so to speak. A lot of it, most of it, is in the performance. So that's cool. Yeah.
It was extraordinary.
So happy it helped you. And your father, may he rest in peace.
Nick picks up a champagne glass, holds it up as we cut to interior old shed day. Nick sits waiting as the Irving analyzes the data. Nick talks to him, but he's not really listening.
I just didn't really feel great betraying Javi like that.
I know this was hard on you.
Yeah, but it was really crazy as I could definitely see myself doing more of this, particularly if the money was right.
Well, good, because we need you to stay at this place for a while longer.
What? No, fuck! I mean, that wasn't part of the deal.
The deal's changed. I need a couple more days to finish analyzing this stuff.
Okay, very cool. But I'm supposed to be on a plane home in 5 hours.
And you're $5 million in debt to the U.S. government. You help us, Nick, and the Attorney General is prepared to erase it.
Nick thinks this over.
And if I don't?
Then given your current financial situation, you're probably looking at a long stint in a federal penitentiary. I like you, Nick, and I didn't want to put you in this position, but the guys upstairs are offering you and your family a damn good deal here.
Nick looks at Irving. He knows what he has to do.
Well, we'll have to invent a reason for me to stay, won't we?
Irving nods. Interior Javi's mansion, night. Nick and Javi are having dinner. Javi has a black moleskin notebook.
I just feel like we can really knock something out of the park.
You have no idea how honored I am. Writing a movie with you,
No, it's going to be great. We'll build this thing from the ground up.
I love it.
But if we're going to do it, we should be on the same page.
Yes, of course.
I think the film should be very completely character driven.
Definitely, I agree.
Something that doesn't rely on special effects or big explosions.
It has to be nuanced.
And work on multiple levels.
It should be completely about the performances.
Fuck! Yes! Man, this is going to be good.
A long beat as they both take a sip of wine.
So what is it?
I don't know.
A long beat. They think.
Maybe it's just about this.
This?
You and I. A movie about us. Our relationship. I mean, you coming down here for my birthday party. Two guys who don't yet realize they need each other.
Off Nick, considering. 10 minutes later, Nick is pouring some wine. They've started drinking.
So I guess if you boil it down, it's a story about how your character finally gets to meet his hero, right?
Maybe, yeah.
And normally they say don't meet your heroes, but in this case, it's like meet your hero and watch him change your life.
Right. Or maybe we have a thing where my character helps your character change too. Like he helps awaken him as an artist, and as a father.
So that's interesting. Yeah.
See, I think of my character as this kind of guru, sort of a Christ figure.
Your character is a Christ figure. I don't love that.
Off Nick's. 10
Okay.
minutes later.
Okay, so they're both Christ figures.
Dueling Christ figures. That makes sense.
Like, who are these guys? Like on a deep level, you know?
Right. The word genius gets thrown around a lot, but I'm thinking of my character as more of a misunderstood genius.
Okay, so still a genius, though.
Well, yeah, a misunderstood one.
Got it.
Writing it down.
Now, at this point, he's been slightly overlooked by Hollywood, which sucks because his tools are sharper than ever. Almost too sharp. But he needs the right role, the right opportunity.
Right, totally. But maybe he also needs to fix his relationship with his daughter, just to keep the stakes more personal.
Yes, definitely. That's not his main problem. His main problem is he's not getting the right chances.
Yeah, love that. But maybe once he fixes the relationship with his family, then the roles start to come because...
Right, that's perfect. I think it's actually the other way around, you know. You just get the right role, and everything else in his life gets fixed, right?
Javi can see Nick's not budging on this.
Okay, so maybe my character is secretly in love with a co-worker, but he can't act on it because...
Well, I'm sorry, I can keep going on my character for a bit. I feel like we're getting a role.
Oh yeah, of course.
He probably speaks a couple languages, maybe 3. Or it's a real man of the world, maybe 5 would be better.
10 minutes later.
Actually, I think 5 is better. You know, gives my character pathos and something I can really latch on to.
Speaking of, I was thinking maybe my character has some sort of big, painful secret.
Yeah, maybe.
And it torments him. He's living a life of denial and anguish. He longs for some kind of inner peace. Always has.
That's cool. I guess we're doing secrets, and just for symmetry's sake, maybe both characters should have one.
Right. Yeah, so each character is lying to each other. That kind of what you're thinking.
Yeah, but like if it ends up being too much or whatever, we could just make it my character. That'd probably work just as well. Maybe even better.
Interior Nick's bedroom, later. Nick is sitting next to the running shower in his room. He's on the phone with Irving.
So it's actually been amazing, you know? I know it wasn't like the plan, but I mean, Irv, this could be a viable project, an awards play.
Sure, but
Look,
sure,
granted,
yeah, but
we still need to figure out Act 3, but the movie totally works.
Nick,
Look, I know Javi has his issues, but my God, he's an unbelievably intuitive sense of story. And
he kidnapped a 6 girl, and every day that passes, the likelihood goes up that girl is going to be murdered by Javi or one of his men.
Okay, Jesus. What do you want me to do?
We're figuring out an actionable plan, but in the meantime, you're going to add a plot line to the movie.
That could be tough. It's more of a character study at the moment.
A plot line where your daughter, with whom you have a pretty screwed up relationship, comes to visit you in Mexico and is immediately kidnapped. That way you can ask Javi where he might theoretically hold a hostage.
I get what you're going for here, but do you really expect that to work?
Get him talking. Maybe he slips up, reveals something, gets the shot.
Irv, this is a small, grounded adult drama with 2 tough, sensitive, beautiful men and their unlikely friendship. They're kind of like doing Christ figures. Maybe just my character's a Christ figure. We still have to figure that out. But if we can't have a kidnapping, if I bring this into the mix, he's going to know something up. Javi has a real hardliner when it comes to tone.
Irving starts to lose it.
Jesus fucking Christ. You know what, Nick?
Irving thinks for a beat, realizes Nick's weakness.
I just think a kidnapping could give the movie a wider appeal. I mean, it's pretty tough to find an audience these days, right?
Nick considers.
Yeah, unless you're like Marvel, Star Wars, or the Hunger Games or whatever.
Doesn't sound like this is that.
No, this is an intelligent, mature film for grown-ups.
Now, personally, I want smart, character-driven adult dramas about real life, real people. But the reality is, I'm not most people.
You certainly are not.
And I just think most people need a bit of a hook just to get them in the theater.
Right. We should get them in the theater.
Gotta get them in the theater. And for that, you need a trailer moment. You know what I'm thinking?
Interior mansion. Nick paces a little nervously while Javi lays on his back on the floor.
Hold on. Your daughter gets kidnapped?
Uh-huh. Trailer moment.
Who kidnaps her?
I don't know. Bad guys. Look at give our characters something to fight for. They put their lives on the line to save the daughter and become better men for it. It's classic.
It feels like a completely different movie.
No, it's the same movie, but now it just has a big hook.
The relationship is the hook. This is a character piece about a man in turmoil.
This is an adult drama with a mid-level budget. And it's tough to find an audience for that kind of film. Just walk down the road with me on this. Huh?
Oh, okay. You want to walk down this road? Fine. So what is it? A cartel kidnaps the girl?
Oh, that's good. Where would they even take her?
I don't know. Does it matter? A warehouse controlled by the port city?
Yeah, warehouse. I love that.
Then what? Act 3 is all about saving her?
That solves her Act 3 problems. And what's more primal than a man trying to save his daughter?
I don't know. Maybe a movie I haven't seen 1,000 times before?
Javi comes very close to Nick.
Enough of this bullshit. Time for you to come clean, Nick. Tell me why you're really pitching this.
What? I told you why.
At this time, you're the liar in the cage.
Nick backing away. Javi follows, aggressive.
And you can't lie to me anymore.
I'm not.
Don't fucking lie to me. I know the real reason you kept talking about the kidnapped girl.
Oh, fuck. Javi, look, I'm not sure if...
You feel guilty about your relationship with your own daughter.
Color comes back into Nick's face.
Oh, my God. Yes, 1,000 times yes.
You feel guilty about how much you've been there. How about what kind of father you've been? And you want to write about those feelings as normal for an artist.
I struggle with it daily.
You're blocked creatively. And if you don't figure out a way to deal with this, with your family, that I truly fear that you will keep pitching this sickening Hollywood bullshit.
You're right. You're 100% right.
This is a story about the man learning to become a better man, a transformation. That's the Nick Cage I want to know. And that's the movie I want to see.
Off Nick's face, we cut to interior Javi's compound, Nick's room. Nick is on the phone to Irving.
Javi hated the kidnapping idea.
Oh, yeah?
Really hated it. At the end of the day, he's right. It doesn't work. The movie is a full-on character piece, like a tour de force awards grab for an actor. And
There is no fucking movie. There's a young girl named Maria in the custody of a goddamn cartel. You have a daughter, right?
yeah, but listen,
Well, let's just pretend for a second it was her in there, scared for her life.
first of all, I'd never let that happen. Second of all, Javi told me he'd keep the girl in a warehouse by the port.
What? Why didn't you tell me that up front?
Because I secretly think this could be a good movie. It could be a real win for both of us here.
I have to go.
Okay, fine, whatever. We're not going to change it in the script.
Click. Irving's gone. Interior Javi's office, night. Javi is on the phone. He looks pained.
Uh-huh. Fuel up the jet. As much as I hate to say it, Nick Cage he's a dead man.
Javi rubs his forehead and off his conflicted look. Interior Javi's compound, Nick's room, next morning. Nick casually wakes up. He fishes around under his pillow and finds a CIA phone. 28 missed calls. It's ringing.
Irv, what's going on?
Nick, I was checking out a location from your intel and I picked up a tail.
A tail.
But if they've made me, they've likely made you. Nick, we can no longer guarantee your safety, and the faster you get out of there.
Nick jumps out of bed, starts throwing on clothes. He shoves some of his things into his pockets.
Shit. Okay.
Have you spoken to your family?
My family? No. Why?
The cartels have been known to move on family members. We have our people on the way to safeguard your wife and daughter.
Fuck, Irving. Addy and Olivia, you better make sure.
Nick, stay calm and meet me at the safe location. Saying to you now, you'll get through this.
Nick hangs up, freaking out, takes a breath, composing himself. Then, ready to go, he swings open the door and runs right into Javi.
Jesus Christ. Scared the shit out of me.
I'm sorry, but I need you to come with me. It'll be quick, I promise.
Like right now? Because
Interior Javi's mansion, hallway. Nick and Javi walk side by side, not saying a word. At the double doors leading to the living room, Javi stops Nick.
please, can we talk about this?
Nick, I'm sorry, I have to take it this step.
You don't though. You really don't.
No, this is the only option.
Can you just send a message to my family? Tell them that I love them.
Javi nods, pushes the door open. Addy and Olivia are standing there. Carlos looms in the background, carrying his rifle.
Tell them yourself.
Dad, are you okay?
So he lied to us? I went on the next goddamn plane. Nick, what's going on? Your friend called us last night, said you were in such bad shape that you couldn't talk.
He did?
Nick looks at Javi, who shrugs.
Well, one sec, Liv.
Nick pulls Javi aside.
You want to deal with me? How about you deal with me? But please, I'm begging you, just keep my family out of it.
Unfortunately, I can't do that. You left me no choice.
They stare at each other. They stare each other down as Addy chimes in.
You dying, Dad?
He is. Creatively. Now, physically, he's tremendous. Probably outlive us all.
Wait, so you're not dying?
No, of course not. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
So he lied to us? I went on the next goddamn plane out of here.
Look, I'm sorry for misleading you, but I have come to care deeply for your ex-husband. We're working on a project together, a beautiful character-driven adult drama, but he has so many unresolved issues with the two of you that it's beginning to bleed into our work in a negative way.
A beat.
Have you guys lost your fucking minds?
He has a lot of regrets about the type of father he's been, about the type of husband he was. Just have lunch with us and let him say what he needs to say. Don't you think that's a great idea, Nick?
Nick doesn't break eye contact with Javi.
Which is a wonderful idea. Then afterwards, they get on the plane back to Los Angeles, right, Hav?
As long as you're open and honest with them. I don't see any reason why not.
Nick, satisfied, turns to Olivia and Addy.
Well, come on, guys. Have a little food. Let me say my piece, and then we'll get you out of here. What do you say?
Off Nick's forced smile. Interior Javi's mansion dining room. Nick, Olivia, Javi, and Addy all eat. Silence, then.
So, Nick, is there something you want to say?
Yeah, there is. I want to apologize to both of you. I mean, at the beginning, I never felt prepared to be a father. It just never came easy to me, the way it did for you, Liv. I mean, Maybe I could have tried harder. Maybe I could have been home more, like for dinner once in a while. Maybe I could have taken more jobs in LA.
Olivia and Addy are listening intensely.
But here's what I always come back to. Would either of you have really wanted me to hold myself back? As an actor, as an artist, I can never ask you to do that. It's not who you are.
A long beat.
Wow. That was fucking pathetic.
Addy starts laughing.
Nice, man. That's all the time.
Honestly, I'm speechless.
Oh, you're just not used to him yet.
That's pretty much par for the course.
Nick is not loving this. Interjects.
Look, maybe we could just focus on the good times we did have, okay? Build on that moving forward. Addy, that trip we took across the desert, when we stayed in those cabins out there, I think about it all the time. It's one of the best memories we shared.
Nick takes out his wallet.
I didn't tell you this on your birthday. I keep this Polar in my wallet just to remind me.
Nick hands this to Addy. The photo is of Nick and her sitting on the steps of a house in the desert.
The Polaroid's a nice touch. It must help you. It must help you feel better.
What?
Proof of the one time you were actually there.
Addy.
The thing is, I was so young, I barely even remember it. I don't remember sitting by your side on the road, don't remember sitting in your lap watching the sunrise, and I definitely don't remember that stupid song that was playing on the radio. You know, some dads go on trips with their daughters every year. Crazy, right? I mean, we're taking one in like 10 years, and you want me to sit here and talk about a 3-day trip from a decade ago like you're the father of the fucking year.
I always had to shoot.
No, you didn't have to. You had a choice, and you chose your job over me.
Beat. Nick looks devastated.
Jesus. Wow. Okay, yeah, we may have more work than I realized. But this is good. This is a good first step.
Javi's phone buzzes. He looks at it, stands up.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to take care of something, but I'll be back shortly. This was good.
As Javi leaves, he gives Nick a pat on the back. Nick watches him go. Then,
Wait, Addy, I'm sorry that you feel that way, and I will do everything I can to make it up to you. But right now, I need you guys to just sit tight, and we're going to get you back to LA. Everything's going to be fine.
Nick takes out his phone and begins to dial.
Everything is going to be fine.
What's going on, Nick? You seem a little on edge.
Well, no, I'm good. I just need to make a quick call. Give me a second, okay?
Nick puts the phone to his ear and turns away, running his hand through his hair.
Come on, Irving, pick up.
Interior Javi's compound, Javi's house. Javi walks in to find Lucas standing there, Carlos standing nearby. Javi nods to him. He doesn't nod back.
Lucas, what was so urgent you came all the way down here?
I had some news that I couldn't say over the phone. I'm going to execute a deal with Hector Salida.
The head of the Sinaloa cartel? I thought he was dead.
No one's seen him in years, but apparently he's still calling all the shots. It's in our best interest to merge our operations when Ramirez is reelected.
You're the boss, it's your call. Oh my God. You took Marcos Lopez's daughter.
Lucas ignores him, comes over very close to Javi. But I can't do a deal with a rival cartel if I'm being betrayed.
What? Who's betraying you?
Off Lucas's face, dead serious. Interior Javi's dining room. Nick is on a CIA phone. Olivia and Addy wait nearby, out of earshot. Olivia's watching him intensely.
Irving, where are you?
Just stay calm, Nick. We're working on an extraction plan.
He brought my wife and daughter down to the fucking house. My family.
Shit.
Don't say shit. Just get us out of here.
We can't mobilize an operation in time.
Then what do I do? What am I supposed to do?
Irving
Well-
takes a deep breath.
I would never ask you to do this ordinarily, Nick. And I know you don't have the necessary training, but there is one other option we have to safeguard your family. Do you have access to a weapon?
Want me to kill Javi?
It's the safest way out for all of you.
Nick nods and hangs up the phone just as Olivia comes over.
Good news. We'll get you out of here within the hour.
Nick, can I talk to you for a second?
Olivia takes him aside.
I've known you for 15 years. I know when you're nervous and I know when you're lying. And right now, you're both.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something, but you can't freak out. I'm working for the CIA.
Long beat.
Are you having a nervous breakdown?
I promise you, I'm not. They wanted some information on some of Javi's business dealings, so I've been helping them because they were like impressed with some of my previous training or whatever. The point is, I need an hour to get the final piece of information, and then I get to go back. All of us will go back to Los Angeles together, okay?
Wow. Yeah, okay. I don't even know what to say.
Don't say anything. Look, just take Addy back to my room. Don't talk to anyone. Don't go anywhere. 1 hour. I promise.
Off Nick's look. Interior Javi's house, living room. Lucas continues talking with Javi. You're very smart, Javi. Incredibly charming. You always were. But you also like to see the good in people, and that can leave you vulnerable.
Who's betraying us?
Your friend, Mr. Cage, is working for the US government.
Bullshit.
Lucas throws the folder down in Javi's lap. Javi looks at the pictures of Nick meeting with Irving. I had Carlos trail him. Javi looks over at Carlos. He can't look at Javi.
You work for Lucas?
Everyone down here works for me, except for your friend, Mr. Cage. Lucas pulls out a pistol, points it at Javi's head. And I think you knew about it.
What? Lucas, please. I had no idea.
Lucas slaps him hard. Javi takes it. Get on your knees. Face the wall.
Lucas.
Now! Javi gets on his knees. I know you think I'm disgusting. You think I'm a monster. But you take my money, cousin. You take this house. You take. While I do all the fucking work.
Please, don't do this, Lucas. I didn't know.
Javi closes his eyes. Lucas cocks the gun. A long moment. Lucas lowers the gun, kneels down in front of Javi. I believe you, cousin. Lucas hands Javi the gun. But you know what you have to do. Off Javi's face, badass music kicks in. Exterior Javi's driveway. In glorious slow motion, Nick walks across the driveway, jacket flowing in the wind. Javi, equally badass, adjusts the pistol tucked in his back waistband. They meet in the middle.
Hey.
Excuse me.
Hey.
Hello?
A long beat. They feel each other out.
So I'm sorry about lunch.
No, I shouldn't have asked you before bringing them down. And I've been thinking about it. Maybe the kidnapping can work. Our movie stars of beautiful character pieces slowly change into a more thrilling, action-driven.
Hollywood blockbuster. Well, then there's something for everyone.
I want to go for a drive out to the cliffs, clear our heads, and think through the third act.
That's perfect.
Interior Javi's Jeep. Day. Nick and Javi drive in silence. They look at each other. There's an overwhelming sadness.
So, how does it end? How does it all end?
I don't know. I guess I just want everyone to be okay.
Yeah, me too. But that doesn't feel real, does it?
They arrive at the trail leading to the cliffs. Javi parks the Jeep. They sit there. Neither of them wants to get out.
Guess we should go.
Yeah,
A long moment.
You don't have any weed, do you?
Interior Javi's Jeep, moments later. They're finishing smoking a joint.
I'm glad we did this.
me too.
They sit there for a beat. Then
You don't have any food, do you?
Nick and Javi pass an apple back and forth.
Macintosh?
Honeycrisp.
Really?
Nick and Javi, still sitting in the Jeep, looking out at the forest. Neither wants to get out, stalling.
Guess we should go.
Yeah.
Nick slowly looks down, looking for something.
Are
Anything.
those new shoes?
These? No, I've had these.
I guess I just haven't seen them before.
I don't wear them that much. I guess I'm not sure they're really me.
What? No, I think they look great. They're totally you. I love them.
You want to try them on? I think they might look better on you.
Nick and Javi awkwardly exchange shoes in the Jeep.
Wow, those look incredible on you.
You think? I like how those look on you.
They fit really well.
Do you want to trade?
Like permanently?
Nick nods excitedly.
Okay.
Cool.
A beat.
I just want to say that I'm like really glad I got to meet you. You're the kind of friend I could really not have for like 5 years, not really I talk to and then pick right up where we left off.
I totally agree. It's just easy.
Easy.
It's time to figure out how this ends.
Let's do it.
Nick takes a deep breath and opens his door. Exterior forest, moments later. They're walking along silently, palpably tense. Nick is in front of Javi.
Dick, I meant what I said back there,
Man, me too.
which is why this really hurts.
What?
Nick turns around and is looking straight down the barrel of Javi's gun.
Whoa. Okay. Fucking Javi, you brought me out here to kill me?
I'm sorry, Nick.
I'm sorry too. But you pull that trigger, we both die.
Reveal Nick has the two golden guns from Face Off at his waist, pointed up at Javi's head.
Wait, you're going to kill me? Are those my golden guns?
Looks like we both had a little secret.
Why the fuck would you kill me?
What? You're the head of the cartel, and
My cousin Lucas is the head of the cartel. He's the boss.
but the CIA said you ran it.
The whole world thinks I run it. When my father died, Lucas took over the cartel. He's forced me to act as a figurehead. I'm just a puppet.
But you take his money.
You don't leave the cartel, Nick. You and anyone you care about is in constant danger. Why do you think I can't be with Gabriela?
Wait, you're into Gabriela?
Are you fucking kidding me? We can't be together because that would put a target on our back. Did he seriously not realize that we liked each other? You're in the CIA.
I'm not in the CIA. Like I was forced to help them out for money. I'm an actor, Javi. You know that. The only organization I'm part of is the Screen Actors Guild of America. After, but fuck after. It's more a theater thing. Whatever. Look, just put the fucking gun down.
They have their guns pointed at one another. It starts to rain.
No way. You go first.
No. Why am I going first? It's so fucked.
I don't want to kill you.
You're the last person I want to kill.
I fucking love you.
I love you.
Bang, bang. Shots ring out. One barely grazing Nick's shoulder. Javi ducks down.
Who was that?
The cartel. My cousin must have assumed I wouldn't kill you.
What do we do?
Exterior Mexican jungle. Day. Nick and Javi run through the woods. It's now a torrential downpour.
Faster, Nick. They're coming.
Trying. Your shoes aren't good for running. There's no ankle support.
They burst through the clearing and are at the edge of the cliff. They hesitate for a second. They hear men's voices coming closer.
We have to get to Olivia and Addy.
I got another jeep hidden about a mile down the shore.
Let's do this.
And they run and jump off the cliff, just like the beginning. And as they hit the water, we cut to exterior small jungle shed. Day. Javi pulls open the camouflage door. They get in. Nick, in the driver's seat, starts it up. Exterior jungle road. Javi and Nick speed along the road to Javi's compound. As they crest a hill, Javi slams on the brakes. It skids to a halt right before it hits Olivia, who is with Gabriela, tears streaming down her face.
Liv?
They took her, Nick. They took Addy.
Motorcycles can be heard in the distance.
Oh my God. But
We need to go now. There are more soldiers coming.
I'm not getting in the car with you. I'm not getting in the car with either of you.
please, Olivia, just get in the car. We'll find Addy.
Gabriela turns to Olivia.
You have your daughter, Olivia, and there's nothing we can do about it if you don't get in the car. Trust me.
Interior Javi's Jeep. As it speeds away from the site, Olivia is shotgun. Nick grabs her hand.
We have to go to the police. We need help.
The police are in Lucas's pocket. We can't do that.
The U.S. Embassy, the Army, someone. We can't do this alone. We need help here.
Nick fumbles with his phone. Dials.
Irving, my CIA contact. If anyone can help us in this situation, it's Irving. He'll know what to do.
Nick is calling on speaker. Irving picks up.
Nick,
They have my daughter.
I know. I'm sending an address. Get here as soon as you can.
What do they want with Addy?
She's being used to put pressure on the U.S. government. The cartel told Mexican and U.S. authorities that unless Marcos Lopez drops out of the election at exactly 12:30 p.m. tomorrow, they'll execute both girls on a live stream.
Nick looks at Olivia, who covers her mouth.
Oh my God. You have to get them to drop out, okay? You're going to get them to drop out?
Just get here as soon as you can.
Click. Irving hangs up. Exterior Mexican town, alley, night. They creep along the side of a building on the edge of a jungle.
Shh.
Nick pulls out his gun and pushes the door open. Irving is slumped on the floor, a bullet hole in his forehead. The reality of the situation hits Nick, starting to unravel.
Irv. Thought I'd be able to help. I don't.
We have to go now. They could still be in the area.
Where? What do we do? Who are we supposed to call?
There's no one to call, but we have to move.
There has to be someone. I mean, Javi, you have to help us here. You got us into this.
What do you want me to say, huh? That I fucked up? I fucked up, okay? But we will get your daughter back. But right now, we have to go.
This sinks in.
Come on. I've got a place.
Exterior safe house, night. The Jeep pulls into a small, run-down jungle house. Interior safe house, night. Sparsely furnished, a balcony off the back. Nick is pacing while Javi, Gabriela, and Olivia sit on the couch, watching.
Compound's a fortress. But there's a way in. My cousin has thought of it.
You said there were tunnels.
There are. But they have a series of metal doors that only open from the inside. Even if there weren't armed guards, it would take weeks to get through to them.
Well, what are we supposed to do then, huh? This psychopath is going to kill our daughter in 12 hours, so don't you tell me it's impossible, okay? Just think a little fucking harder about how we're going to get in there and stop them.
A moment.
We're going to walk right in through the front gate.
Okay, cool. Very dramatic answer, but how's that going to work?
My cousin is trying to cut a deal with Hector Celada, the head of the rival Sinaloa cartel.
Hector Celada. No one's seen him in 15 years.
Exactly. And since no one's seen him, no one knows exactly what he looks like. I mean that with a little prosthetic and some makeup.
He looks at Nick.
I could play Hector.
You're looking for the role of a lifetime.
Nick nods.
Olivia, Nick said you were our makeup artist when we met. Here is a picture of Hector Celada.
Javi pulls out an old picture on her phone.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that wouldn't be easy, but I guess we could mix up a homemade latex.
In a makeup chair, time lapse, Olivia is mixing a solution in a bowl. It's goopy as she starts to apply it to Nick's face.
We'll just adjust the cheekbones and the nose, and then I'll need as much foundation as we can get our hands on.
Sitting across from Javi, in chairs, facing each other, Nick speaks Spanish with Javi. It's not bad.
We can help you get the accent down.
In a makeup chair, time lapse, Nick is starting to look like a different person. In the room, Nick walks with a slight gait, comes over and looks at a video on Javi's phone of Hector Salada.
We'll need to study his little quirks, his mannerisms, the way he carries himself, his gait.
In the makeup chair, Nick is really transforming. On the kitchen table, Gabriela lays out a drawing she's made with Javi.
I can walk you through the floor plan of the main structure within the compound, establish where Addy might be and how to get out.
Javi points to an X-marked tunnel. In the makeup chair, Olivia finishes Nick's makeup. Nick is transformed. We hang on his face for a beat. Then the chair swings around. The transformation is remarkable. Javi and Gabriela are on the bed.
Well, how do I look?
Wow, that's amazing.
It could actually work.
The only problem is it's not going to hold up for too long in the heat before it starts breaking down.
Interior Airbnb later. Javi is sitting on the bed staring at a picture on his phone of himself and Lucas. Gabriela comes in and sits next to him.
You think this is going to work?
Javi shrugs. Best we got.
Yeah.
Beat.
I'm such a fucking coward.
Javi.
No, I never stood up to him. I just looked away and took his money while he killed people.
He's an evil man, Javi, and you had the misfortune of being born into his family.
But I didn't do anything, okay? I could have stopped him. We could have been together if...
What?
If I walked in there and put a bullet in his head. I don't know. There were things I could have done, and I did nothing.
They stare at each other.
You did what most people would do.
Javi knows that's true, and it kills him. Exterior Airbnb balcony, night. Olivia is outside on the balcony. Nick comes out.
Hey, I'm looking at this picture of Hector, and I think we did a little more in the cheek. And... Say again?
I'm coming with you,
What? No, Liv, I got us into this.
and I'm going to help her get out.
No, I'm sorry, Olivia. I'm sorry.
Don't touch
He
me.
goes to hug her.
Don't touch me. This has nothing to do with you. I'm doing this for her.
Olivia walks back inside and slams the door. Nick turns and looks out into the dark jungle. The lights that illuminate the deck suddenly die. Blackness all around. Two floodlights click on as if on a black box stage. Nick sits in a crate while young Nick stands next to him, both illuminated.
Wow, this is pretty fucked up. How you holding up?
A goddamn wreck. How do you think I am? I know that everything I've done in my life has led to this moment, and
You don't have to do this.
Nick looks up at young Nick.
what?
You don't have to do this.
Young Nick pulls Nick into a hug.
There's no one else.
You don't have to do this.
Nick pushes him away.
Stop saying that. I have to.
He's a lunatic
He's just a guy.
and a killer.
I have to do this.
How does you being dead help your daughter?
A long beat as this sinks in.
I love you, dude, and I've always looked out for you. But this isn't a role, and you're not a hero. You're a guy who's about to get us killed.
This lands with Nick. Young Nick walks away.
Wait, don't walk away. We need to figure this out. Hey!
But young Nick is gone. The lights click off and Nick is back on the deck. Off his uncertainty, we cut to exterior Juarez cartel compound day. Lucas watches as two pickup trucks acting as a makeshift gate part, revealing Nick and his wife who are being patted down by the guards. Nick steps inside the gate.
Lucas Gutierrez, how are you, my friend?
We're following Lucas as he moves quickly down a dusty road toward Nick. A switchblade flicks open in his hand.
I'd like to introduce my wife. She's from Santa Barbara.
Lucas doesn't stop moving, just kicks Nick's leg, dropping him to his knees. He grabs Nick around the head and starts to cut off his ear.
What the fuck?
You think I'm fucking stupid, huh, Hector? Huh? You think you're just gonna walk in here after 15 years and kill me, you motherfucker?
He's cutting my fucking ear off.
Olivia is stunned, frozen. Who are you working for? 3 seconds.
It's just me.
2.
I promise you help.
Lucas pivots, moves the knife to Nick's throat, looks directly at Olivia. You think she can help you, Hector? Olivia, panic in her eyes. Then,
Go ahead.
a long beat.
We call the shots. Both of us. You kill him, our business proposition still stands. You kill me, you're only hurting yourself.
You don't think I'll kill him? Lucas moves the knife, drawing blood. Olivia crouches down and looks Lucas directly in the eye.
A real man wouldn't sit here talking about it. It would already be done. So no, I don't think you'll do it. But I am wondering why the fuck you think you can intimidate me.
Lucas suddenly pulls the knife back and Nick slumps forward. Lucas smiles. Show them to a room. And it is good to see you, Hector. Been far too long. Lucas puts the knife in his cargo pocket and walks away. We cut to interior Juarez cartel compound, guest room. Nick and Olivia's bags are dropped off in a nicely furnished guest room. They shut the door.
Oh my God, how does my ear look? You almost cut my ear off.
It's 12:15, Nick. We have to go.
I know, but it hurts. It needs stitches. Take a look.
Olivia is looking at the map out the window.
I think that's the building over there.
Fuck, I think I lost hearing in that ear. I couldn't hear shit. Say something in my ear.
She leans over to Nick's ears.
Let's fucking go.
A beat.
Your ear is actually fine.
Exterior Juarez cartel compound building day. Nick, as Hector and Olivia, wait until two cartel guys exit a door. As the door is closing, Nick runs out and grabs it. Olivia follows as they slip inside. Interior basement hallway. Nick and Olivia come to a long hallway with lots of doors. They whisper to each other. Nick is studying his map.
There's supposed to be a door here. Where's the door?
She grabs the map.
Shit.
Interior stairwell. Nick and Olivia race down the stairs. As they reach the bottom, a cartel soldier opens the door. He sees them and Nick. Without missing a beat, levels the guy with a right cross. He's knocked out. Nick shakes his hand, stifles a yell. Olivia grabs the guy's gun and chucks it to Nick. They move through the door. Interior hallway. They look down the hallway.
That's the door.
They run down the hallway, take a deep breath, and move through the door. Nick first, holding up the gun. Interior room. Total blackness.
Get the light.
Olivia finds a switch and turns it on, and there's nothing there. They look at each other. Oh, shit.
Don't fucking move, Hector. Drop the gun.
Carlos, gun trained on Nick. Nick closes his eyes and drops the gun to the floor.
Come with me.
Interior different hallway. Carlos knocks on a door and is led inside by a cartel soldier. He ushers Nick as Hector and Olivia in. Interior basement holding cell. Nick and Olivia walk into Lucas holding a gun. Addy and Maria Lopez, the presidential candidate's daughter, are bound and gagged on their knees in front of him. There are bright, hot lights and a video set up for the execution.
I found him down the hall. He had a gun. Something isn't right.
A gun, okay, Hector? What's the deal, my man? You got a fucking problem you like to tell me about? Nick is starting to sweat under the lights. Olivia sees his face starting to run.
I was beginning to think you didn't have the girl. And since the deal is based on Lopez dropping out.
He'll drop out.
Well, he hasn't done it yet. So how are you going to guarantee it?
Fuck this guy.
Carlos,
I'm telling you, something isn't right.
go check the perimeter. Carlos, in a huff, walks off. Lucas turns to Nick. You know, if we're going to be in business together, Hector, you're going to need to trust me. He comes closer to Nick. He sees Nick's face coming off. What the fuck?
What the fuck? What?
Your face. He reaches over to grab a bit of Nick's face, and Nick immediately grabs Lucas's arm, wraps him around the neck, and points the gun at Lucas's head in front of Olivia and the girls. All the soldiers immediately draw their weapons.
Anybody moves and I blow his head off. Don't fucking move. Lift, hit the girls and go.
Nick rips the rest of the prosthetics off his own face. Oh my God. Nick fucking Cage. Olivia and the girls move out of the doorway behind Nick. Olivia stops.
What's your plan here, Nick?
My plan is you and the girls get out of here alive.
Addy is removing her gag as Olivia is pulling her away.
Let's go, Ads. We have to go.
We can't. Not without Dad.
I'll be okay, honey. I love you very much and I go with your mother. Now!
A cartel soldier moves. Nick cocks the gun.
Don't even think about it.
Exterior cartel compound. Carlos is exiting the compound. Automatic rifle around his shoulder. He's pissed off. Interior cartel tunnel. Olivia, Addy, and Maria are climbing down the drug tunnel. They hit the ground.
This way.
They both help Maria, who is very weak. Exterior Juarez cartel compound tunnel exit. Olivia opens the gate from the inside. Javi pulls open a large metal gate as Olivia, Addy, and Maria exit the tunnel.
Let's get you two in the Jeep. Where's Nick?
He's got a gun on Lucas. He bought us some time, but there's others, about 7 others.
He'll never make it out of there alive.
Olivia looks at Javi. He realizes what Nick did. Interior Juarez cartel compound holding cell. Nick still has the gun on Lucas. Here's what I know, Nick Cage. I've got 7 guys with guns pointed directly at your head, and that means you're not getting out of here alive.
Here's what I know, Lucas. It takes 13 milliseconds for the human brain to send a message to the body. So by the time your bullets hit me, my cerebral cortex will have transmitted a signal to the 17 healthy muscles that operate my trigger finger.
Lucas's hand creeps down to the pocket where he put his knife. Nick doesn't notice because he's deep in the speech.
But before your asshole has a chance to pucker up, your medulla oblongata will be splattered on the fucking wall behind you. If that's the last thing I accomplish in this beautiful green earth, and what a fucking way to go.
Lucas suddenly grabs his knife, flicks it open, and slams it into Nick's leg. Nick goes down.
Oh, shit.
Lucas grabs the gun. He jumps on top of Nick, the gun to Nick's forehead. There he is. There he fucking is. American hero, Nicolas Cage. As Lucas is about to pull the trigger, Nick turns to the side and sees young Nick on the floor staring back at him.
Well, you did it.
I did what I came to do. I got my daughter out.
You got us killed, you fucking idiot. I tried to help you. Listen, now, get up.
Suddenly, the POV swings around and Nick and young Nick are standing, facing each other in a fantasy sequence inside Nick's head. Interior face-off, Hall of Mirrors. But a German expressionistic version of the face-off mirror scene. It's an angular, tilted cabinet of Dr. Caligari meets 90s action version, visceral, but not quite real. Nick draws a gun from his belt, almost surprised he has it.
You're not here to help me.
What are you doing? Put the gun down.
Nick starts following young Nick, an intensity we haven't yet seen.
You were never here to help me.
I've always looked out for you. Always.
No. No, 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 no.
Yes. We can get you out of this. We just need a plan. You have the training.
Nick wavers. Young Nick sees this and comes out from behind a mirror. He slowly approaches Nick, arms out.
I'm not going to hurt you. And you're not going to hurt me. Just put the gun down and we focus on getting you out of here.
Nick nods.
I love you. You know I love you.
Young Nick suddenly lunges forward, punches Nick in the face. The gun falls, skidding across the floor. They fight and wrestle in a brutal fashion, both clamoring for the gun.
You're a liar. You don't care about me. You only care about you. You're selfish and arrogant. You just like a total fucking dick.
Oh, I'm a dick. I'm the only thing that's keeping you alive.
Nick slams a fist into young Nick, who falls back. Nick grabs the gun, turns, and shoots. Young Nick dives behind a mirror. Nick follows, shooting. Mirrors shatter. Young Nick runs directly through a mirror. On the other side, there's a warehouse district. He jumps on a, strangely, idling Ducati motorcycle. Nick runs through and sees the waiting gray Mustang fastback. He jumps in, jams on the gas, and we're exterior gone in 60 seconds, seaport, day. Still in the Calgary-esque expressionistic sets, but this time a car chase. Gone in 60 seconds style. Nick is gaining on young Nick in traffic, suddenly next to each other.
You're hysterical right now. You're not thinking clearly.
They weave and dodge oncoming traffic, then back together.
It's the clearest I've ever been.
Nick swerves into young Nick, dropping the motorcycle on his side. Young Nick skids and slams into a wall. Nick skids the Mustang to a stop, grabs the gun, and exits. Young Nick is limping away. Nick shoots, but young Nick has disappeared around a corner. Nick runs to catch up. He sees a lone hotel room door. Interior, leaving Las Vegas hotel room. Nick enters the funhouse version of the hotel room from Leaving Las Vegas. Alcohol strewn about everywhere. Young Nick sits on the bed, nursing his leg.
Don't do this. I'm the only friend you got in this world.
Friend?
I always...
Shut the fuck up. Past 20 years, you made me think the most important thing in the world was being you. With your cool hair and your cool jacket and your cool fucking attitude.
Nick paces.
Here's what I've come to realize. I don't like you. In fact, I think you might be mentally ill. You're a small man ruled by fear. And the fear has turned you into the biggest, most selfish coward I've ever met. You're chasing a moment in time, man. The chase is over.
Nick cocks the gun.
So this is it, huh? This is where it ends for you?
No. It's where it ends for you.
Nick fires off a couple rounds, but they do nothing to young Nick. Young Nick laughs maniacally.
You can't let me go, you fucking coward, because you're too scared to be alone, to do this on your own, because the greatest trick I've ever pulled is that I'm you.
Nick's distress turns to a smile, and he turns the gun on himself.
No!
Nick pulls the trigger, and we're back in exterior Juarez cartel compound day. Nick's eyes slam open as he executes a perfect gun disarm, shooting Lucas in the shoulder. Nick jumps up. Cartel soldiers aim Nick in their sights. Nick's face, panic. About to be gunned down when Javi comes racing around the corner, gun drawn, bullets flying. A couple soldiers go down or dive for the cover.
Nick, let's go.
Javi grabs Nick and pulls him to his feet. He catches Lucas's eye. Rage. You motherfucker! Interior Juarez cartel compound basement hallway. Javi and Nick speed down the hallway. Soldiers come into the hallway, firing. They turn the corner just in time. Exterior Juarez cartel compound day. Addy, Gabriela, Olivia, Maria, who is laying down on the floor in the back seat, are in the Jeep. Gabriela starts it, then checks her watch.
We have to go now.
We're not going without my dad.
I don't want to leave Javi here, but Cartel finds us.
Just one more minute.
They all stare at the tunnel exit. We're pushing on their hopeful faces when
Hands in the air, all of you.
it's Carlos, slowly approaching, gun aimed at the women. They all slowly raise their hands.
Carlos, please, you do not want to do this. Javi's been nothing but nice to you and your family.
Carlos slowly approaches the back of the Jeep.
Javi is nothing. He's weak. I've got them by the tunnel.
Maria stirs in the back seat. Gabriela catches her eye, glances at the shifter. Maria grabs the stick shift. Gabriela jams the gas. The Jeep slams into Carlos, knocking him off his feet.
Where is he?
Behind us.
Where?
Carlos pops up. His arm is broken. He goes to fire his automatic rifle. Boom! Carlos drops, shot in the back. As he falls, we see Nick aiming his gun. Javi at his side. Zoom in on Nick.
Sorry, I'm late. I'll get the fuck out of Mexico.
Exterior Mexican desert day. Hot sun. A hill of dirt and sand. An engine howls. A cloud of dust. Then the Jeep sails into the air, landing in a plume of sand. Tires screaming and clawing for traction as Nick wails on the accelerator. As we find about 10 other cartel pickups giving chase. Men with guns dangling like evil ornaments. Interior Javi's Jeep. Nick drives. Olivia's shotgun. Javi is in the back with Addy and Maria and Gabriela, flying down little jungle roads.
Everybody okay? Just really, really great to have you back. That's all. I missed you. I missed the shit out of you.
Watch the road, Dad.
Okay, honey. Yeah, no problem.
Addy smiles as the bullet rips through the glass windshield. Nick pushes the windscreen down flat. Gabriela is using a pocket knife and a lighter to cauterize the wound.
Ah,
Stop screaming, you baby.
They're getting closer.
This thing doesn't go any faster.
Javi grabs the cartel soldier's automatic rifle.
let me out of the Jeep. I can slow them down.
No fucking way.
We're 2 kilometers from the border. We only have 2 guns. If I slow them down, you can make it.
Javi, I can get us there, and then we'll get you a real doctor. Like at Cedars. I can see if a Cohen is available. You'd love him. Actually, he goes to Italy in the summers. Like, whatever.
Sorry, can you pause for a second? Javi jumps out of the moving Jeep, slamming into the dirt, rolling.
Javi!
Nick stomps on the brakes. Then the Jeep comes to a stop.
I won't have any kind of real life if I don't stand up to my cousin. I need this, Nick. Now go.
Javi.
Go!
Nick jams the gas. The Jeep speeds off. And as it clears frame, Gabriela is standing there holding the remaining pistol. Her dress blows in the wind. Dust swirls around. She looks beautiful.
You stayed.
Of course I stayed.
She runs over and kisses Javi, and as the waiting guitar solo from November Rain hits. Javi and Gabriela face the approaching convoy and start firing round after round in glorious slow motion. A couple of cartel trucks veer off the road and crash. In a cartel truck, Lucas is shooting back. Javi is hit. He crumples to the ground and rolls off the side of the road as the remaining trucks roar past. Gabriela runs to his side. Interior Nick's Jeep. Nick slams the Jeep into fifth and jams on the accelerator.
Get down. Look, everybody down. They might fire on us.
Exterior United States border. A border patrol guard with a gun stands in front of a wooden barrier. He waves at Nick to slow down. His waving gets more and more frantic. Lucas's truck is the only one left, gaining on the Jeep. Finally, the border patrol guard dives out of the way as Nick's truck barrels through the wooden divider, blowing out a tire and slamming into an embankment on the other side. We're tight on Nick, hunched over the wheel, bleeding, barely conscious. Suddenly, Lucas, heavily bleeding himself, grabs Nick around the neck and drags him out of the Jeep. The border patrol have drawn their weapons. Lucas puts his back against the Jeep, uses Nick as a shield. Come near me and I'll shoot him. I'm going to make my way back across the border. Addy grabs the blade Gabriela was using to get a bullet out of Javi's shoulder, stands up in the back of the Jeep and slams it into Lucas's back. Lucas falls and lands hard on the ground. Nick looks back at Addy and Olivia. Except it's not Olivia and Addy. It's Naomi Watts and a young actress. Addy hugs her dad.
We made it.
All of us.
I love you, Daddy.
We realize we're watching the movie version of their adventure. Credits begin to roll. On screen, a film by Quentin Tarantino. As we pull out, we find Nick in the audience wearing a suit, handsome, put together, back in the fucking saddle. He looks over at Addy, at the real Addy and Olivia.
I love you, Daddy.
Nick shrugs.
I don't know. Javi wrote it.
Exterior premiere night. Nick is swarmed by reporters. Your performance was extraordinary. How much of this was based on your real experience? What actually happened down there?
Well, sometimes you get an opportunity to be a real life hero.
Nick sees Olivia and Addy waving at him.
You get the
And they leave.
opportunity to be a real life hero. You know what? Excuse me.
And Nick heads for the door after his family. Interior Olivia's house, living room. Nick, Olivia, and Addy are lying on the living room floor. A fire burns in the background.
Are you sure you didn't want to stay?
Oh, I never liked doing press. Those people are vultures.
Who chose Naomi Watts to play mom?
I don't know. Doesn't really do your mom justice, though, do you think?
Oh, come on. She's Naomi Watts. She's one of the most beautiful women in the world.
Yeah, so are you, Liv.
Ew, Dad, stop hitting on mom.
I am not hitting on her. It's just, as an actor, I'm always searching for the truth. That's the truth.
Gross. I can't watch this.
Addy gets up and leaves as Nick sits up. Olivia sits up too. They face each other.
I should get going.
Yeah. Tonight was nice.
Nick nods, and off of them staring at each other. Interior Sunset Tower, night. Nick walks in. The man at the front desk waves.
Welcome, Mr. Cage.
He smiles. Interior Sunset Tower, Nick's room, night. Nick walks out into the balcony. Looking over the lights of the city, he gets a call. Smiles while he looks at it.
Hello?
Nick Cage.
Javi.
Exterior beach, day. Javi sits on a beach somewhere next to Gabriela.
How did it go? We got a hit on our hands or what, baby?
Interior Sunset Tower, Nick's room, night. Nick smiles.
Well, seems like
Close on Nick's face, just like in the beginning.
a foregone conclusion.
And that is the silly end of this movie. Thank you very much for joining us on this one, and we'll see you at the next one. Have a great night.